Good morning, Facebook family, as the sun starts to blind my right eye. It's a beautiful day here in South Wales, and I just thought I'd take a little opportunity during my little morning session here just to have a conversation with my speaker and coach friends who are messaging me more and more frequently. Because obviously, I can empathise with a lot of the messages that I'm getting about, how do I get people to understand that I'm credible? Morning, Mark. How are you, my brother? I get lots of questions. How do I get people to understand that I'm credible? How do I get through the door? Excuse me. How do I get through the door of businesses? How can I really put myself out there so people understand that I know what I'm talking about and it's worthwhile employing me as a coach or a speaker? So I thought today would be a nice little opportunity. I was just thinking about whilst I was on the trampoline there, not this big trampoline, my little rebounder. But the way I did it, beautiful. Thanks, Mark. Great to hear that you're very well. So here's the thing, and some people might not like this. Some people might not think that this is some people may think that this is not a double ethical way to do it, but this is, I found a lot of success doing this, and I know other people have as well. So here's the thing. It might be a challenge for you in the early days to win a 4-figure contract, let's say, to do a 4-figure session. But you need to be out there networking, having conversations with lots and lots and lots of people. Genuinely building relationships. No ulterior motive, no think, I wonder if I can make money from this person. Just get out there, have conversations, get to know people, give a lot of love, give a lot of attention, really be interested, be more interested in people rather than try to be interesting. Does this make sense? Be really interested in people. And the more and more you do that, people will get to know you, and by definition, they'll be interested in you. Now, what sort of organisations did you email when you first started your speaking? Everywhere, Mark. I emailed speaking agents, I emailed retail teams, sales teams, schools, people from all across the board. But this is what I'm going to share with you now, Mark. What I did was when I was out building these relationships, and you get to know people start to then share with you challenges they're having and who within the workplace and who they work for within their organisations. Now, here's what you can do. If some of these organisations that they're part of, or the teams that they're part of, some of these people might be big names. This makes sense? They might have a brand name. People recognise the logo. Here's what you can do. You can either offer to do a complimentary session, and of course, you're welcome, Mark. You can offer to do a complimentary session. And of course, I always come back to this, guys. You have to be brilliant. You have to be ready. You have to be certain that you can solve the challenge. Yeah, and obviously there's a little bit of even if you're offering a complimentary session, there are some sales skills you're going to have to use to get that complimentary session. But what's even more powerful is you can, and I know someone who's done this, they charged organisations £1. Now, here's what you can do then. On your website, in your conversations, you can say, some of my paying clients are Sky, Vodafone, EE, whoever it might be. Does this make sense? And if it's a free session, their payment, if you like, is a fantastic testimonial, as long as you're fantastic. Does this make sense? And once you start to do this, you can, with their permission, you can put the logo on your website. You can release the testimonial. You can use the testimonial as leverage for further coaching clients, for more speaking engagements, for more business training. Does this make sense? But of course, you do have to be brilliant. And in with this comes, of course, that rather cliched message about persistence. Because this may not work first time. This may not work the first 100 conversations. But it'll work. And as an aspiring speaker and coach, we have to, particularly if you work in the areas of mindset and confidence and personal development, we have to walk our talk a little bit. We might hear, and we've read all of the stories of Colonel Sanders' persistence and Walt Disney's persistence and Thomas Edison's persistence and all these stories, but can we live it? Can we really live it? And what's important to remember, guys, especially in those early days as a speaker and coach, when we're rejected, when someone says no, when someone says I don't want a complimentary session, I don't know who you are, we're no worse off, are we? We're no worse. We're exactly where we were before we were rejected. So we're in the same place. So as we stay persistent, we're either going to stay where we are, which is fine, we're learning, we're growing, or we're going to get that breakthrough. We're going to be brilliant, we're going to deliver an incredible talk, an incredible session, and then our credibility will grow exponentially. And as our credibility grows, if we get to a tipping point where people know who we are, or at least people know who we are within a certain sector, for sure, if you start to do a lot of work within a certain sector like I did. Or you can very, very quickly build credibility just through those testimonials, through those conversations. Does this make sense? So the first step, if we go back through, the first step is to build those relationships. Bill? Hey Darren, how are you, brother? Is to build those relationships. Build those relationships, get out there, be genuinely interested. I mean, we all want to be interesting, right? But be interested. When you're interested, people are automatically interested in you. And then you start to build the relationship, genuine rapport. You start to find out the people that you resonate with. You start to come across organizations that you resonate with. People will start to reveal their challenges to you. Then, of course, you can present solutions to their challenges, whether that be on a one-on-one coaching level or on an organizational level. Mark says, is it crazy that sometimes I sit at home presenting my speeches if I'm on a big stage, lol, but then I seem to get better and better each time? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, Mark. That makes perfect sense, right? I mean, if I said to you, I mean, sometimes, I'm with you, that does feel weird, but I would really encourage aspiring speakers to do this. If I said to you, is it crazy that, I'm every day I practice throwing darts at the dartboard, and somehow I seem to be getting better. Morning, Graham. Somehow I seem to be getting better. Absolutely, of course that makes sense, Mark. That's fantastic. And let me jump back to where I was. Yeah, so when you're building these relationships, you're interested in people. And here's the thing. What you'll find is that some people are associated with those big brands. And a great place to start, guys, is just the local networking events. The local networking events. I know some guys watching, some people coming through this live video are based in London, and there's lots and lots and lots. For me, there was less in Cardiff, but there was one flagship, and it's called Introbiz. If you're down in, and I know they're on a global expansion now, so you'll be seeing them all over the place. Tracy and Paul Smolinski, if you get a chance to check those out, incredible. I mean, those guys are absolutely incredible at being interested. They're genuinely interested. So if you can find people who run these networking events that are interested in you, and they'll give you a platform. So I'll take this opportunity again to say thank you to Paul and Tracy. I mean, being as I'm all over the country and stuff, I don't get down to Introbiz as much as I would like these days. But they really did give me a huge opportunity. From a networking perspective, from being interested, from being supportive, they really walk their talk. So as they expand into, if they ever come to London, guys, and as you watch them expand, make sure you attend an event, and certainly come to the expo here in Cardiff in November. But that just brings me back to my point. Those guys are brilliant at what they do because they're interested. They've built lots of credibility because they're interested. And now they've got associations with people like Sharon Lecter, the co-author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. 100% genuinely lovely guy you are, my friend. Gold dust value. Oh, thank you, Mark. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you. I'll receive that. Thank you. And when you start to build these relationships, your credibility, it compounds. I know sometimes, guys, you guys are sat there, and I've been there, thinking, what's the next step? How can I get out there? The chances are you're already fantastic, lovely people, and you can make a real difference. Okay, guys? I'm just in the garden. My beautiful partner Katie is giving me a call, which probably means my gorgeous son is awake and she needs my help. So I'm going to have to shoot. If you've been watching live, thank you so much. If you're just watching the replay, thank you so much again. I'd like to talk some more. Any questions, please get in contact. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. Love you all. See you soon.